This is Adam Gorney with the Rivals Signing Day show here with Maryland coach Mike Locksley. And Mike, another signing day in the books and busy too. You did some work here right at the end that was very productive for you guys, especially Neo Avery and Tamarcus Cooley getting them down the stretch here.
Yeah, one of those days, man, and it's only getting tougher and tougher the way the landscape of college football is gone. And we're very fortunate. Our staff's done a really good job of setting the table for us to be able to come in and close at the end, to be able to land a guy like Neo Avery here at the end, in-state guy that we've been dealing with for quite some time, and to be able to get him to come on board and stay here at home definitely was kind of the icing on the cake for us. Tamarcus Cooley, another one of those guys who had a chance to come up, got a chance to meet and get to know, and again, to be able to finish the way we have the last few years is obviously a testament to our staff and all the people involved with hosting these guys to have them decide they want to be a Terp.
You loaded up at the skill positions, especially receiver. Was that intentional? Did you feel like you needed, some depth there and some talented guys? Did you just see talented guys and needed to go after them?
No, we still have to recruit by need. You don't want to get caught with your roster lopsided with too many of one position. We lost some really good receivers this year, and Rakim Jarrett, Dante Demas, Jacob Copeland, all finishing up and declaring for the next level. So we had to replace some really talented players, and we were very fortunate to be able to do that with some local guys that we knew a lot about, like Ryan Manning and Ezekiel Avid, being able to go up in Pennsylvania and come down with a guy like Brandon up there, the receiver from Pennsylvania, really has really helped us fill some voids and needs there.
Defensive end, you also did really well. Did you just want length? Did you want playmakers off the edge, Rico Walker, and then Dylan Gooden? And was that so you can meet Doc Gooden? Because I always wanted to meet him too.
No, that position is one that we felt kind of has been an Achilles heel for us. To be able to add pass rushers, and we think part of the winning formula is creating turnovers, and the quickest way to do that is to get after the quarterback. We're fortunate to be able to get guys like Dylan Gooden, Neo Avery, and then, Rico is a guy that's very versatile, that has the ability to play edge or play tight end. And so he created some versatility for us, especially the way we like to use the tight end position. But there's no doubt that getting after the quarterback, all three of those guys have length. They have short area quickness. And definitely when you watch these guys and the way they play the game, they all are very disruptive and create havoc plays for you.
One of the guys that has kind of flown under the radar just because he had, been committed elsewhere earlier, committed to you guys over the summer, is Kevis Thomas, the kind of long, rangy corner, SEC country, go down to Valdosta to get him. How important could he be to this class? And maybe is he the sleeper?
I think he's the sleeper maybe to people outside of our program, but he was one of those guys that we visited in the summer. He fit what we were looking for at the corner position. We're losing two really talented players, and Deontay Banks, who's entering the draft and declared early, who has some projected high-round draft grades, and then Jacorian Bennett, who's been a 3-year starter for us since we got him out of the junior college ranks. And so what we were looking for with our corner and with the corner position was guys with speed, and Kevis is one of those guys that we felt had the size, speed, and length that we're looking for, and tremendous ball skills. Maybe flown under the radar to some people, but we were really excited when we got him committed over the summer.
There's so many philosophies when it comes to the portal, and I think we're all sort of learning as we go sometimes, and we don't need to mention specific names, but how do you kind of see it for your program? Is it fitting specific needs, or is it if there's good guys in there, we're going to go get them?
No, we're still going to build our program with high school players. There's no doubt that for us to keep the culture that we've created in that locker room, you usually have to have it consistent. And so the brunt of our recruiting starts and the base of our recruiting starts with the high school football player. And we use the transfer portal and the junior college ranks to fill immediate needs. And we were able to do that this year with some really talented players. Some we knew a lot about because we maybe had recruited them in the past. where others were guys that, and to be honest, as I told our staff, one of the things that I see in my philosophy is I like the guys that are entering the portal that are trying to play up. You know, some talented guys that maybe played FCS football, did tremendous jobs at that level and really have chips on their shoulders and wanted to come up and prove. You know, I'd take a guy that was working up or went into the portal to play up over some of the guys that maybe been at some of the Power 5 schools that don't have a lot of tape, didn't play a lot. And so, you know, for me, I like being able to put the PFF on and seeing the number of plays some of these guys have played to be able to evaluate them like we do a high school player. So I think there's a little bit give and take in how you use the portal. Guys that we recruited or knew a lot about, obviously we'd have a comfort level with. But if it's a guy we don't know a lot about, we are very cautious to make sure it's a guy that has shown on tape that he has the abilities that we're looking for.
All right. That is Maryland coach Mike Locksley. Mike, thanks so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks a lot.